Good day, afternoon, evening, whatever, everybody, and welcome to another episode of, I was about to say Danganronpa, Disillusion Plays, Danganronpa, Trigger Happy Havoc, where we play the games and we do the voices. I did everything in the wrong order. We're off to a great start once again. You know it's me doing the intro.
Well, I do.
Pete, just seconds before doing this intro, man, I sure am. You know, I feel like we're gonna be good because we played this not too long ago, so I'm gonna remember everything. It's gonna be good. I like doing.
I never
this.
said that I'd remember the.
And then
I knew I'd remember what happened. I never said I'd get everything else right. So, in the last episode, we went to the class trial.
Yep.
We finished off learning about Fenrir with Byakuya in a library, and then we began the class trial, and that's basically it. We've established that Kyoko is alive, not actually, not a ghost, not dead. Yeah. We also established once again that Mukuro Ikusaba is in fact the 16th student, the ultimate despair, and that she's been hiding somewhere in the school.
We also established
Taylor
much to
and
Shara's
Pete,
repeated chagrin.
I was gonna say, yeah, Taylor and I repeatedly established that throughout the episode.
And one thing that I must iterate is that if Taylor and Pete continue to do this, I know for certain that Sarah, the ultimate pissed off woman right now, is going to punch them both in the face.
They're going to be the ultimate dead.
Yes, they're going to be the ultimate dead of death. Deadly dead.
We will be
dead.
We will be ghosts.
Yes, yeah. You two will be ghosts.
And then Hero will be able to see us. Anyway, but before we get back into there and get back on with the trial, I'm Pete.
I'm Sarah.
And I'm in danger.
Yes, you are.
You will be
Taylor.
if you keep messing up the intro, adding editing shit to the intro.
Now you've annoyed editing Pete.
I'm Taylor.
Great. And remember, people, if for some reason that you like our stupid banter and stuff, why don't you hit that like button? Leave a comment down below, hit the subscribe button, and ring the bell so you get notified when we put extra stuff up. And with that, people, let's jump in.
Peoples.
We're going to be continuing from Chapter 5, Class Trial. Hope you're ready.
I have something I'd like to say regarding the whole alibi thing.
Are you thinking of raising an objection?
Well, before that, I just want to try and get a better idea of what time the murder took place.
Oh no. The one thing that I will forget.
7:30 a.m. is when the sprinklers turn on.
Well, yeah, but there's other bits as well, but yeah.
Oh, well, there's a lot.
Doing that might reveal some kind of clue.
Whatever you want. Somebody go ahead and help him out. Me and Byakuya can both confirm that the body wasn't in the garden at... Well, it was after nighttime for sure. I'd say it must have been around 10 o'clock. So the murder must have happened after 10 p.m.
Then I guess we can say the time frame for the murder was between then and when we found the body.
Well, hang on, because didn't he? Byakuya said it wasn't until after midnight, right? Because he went in at midnight and it wasn't there.
I think so. I don't think
I can
it said
hang on.
nighttime,
Let me just double
actually.
check. Nighttime. Let me just check because I can actually look at the Byakuya's account.
Just after nighttime.
Yeah, there was not. Yeah. So
Nighttime.
Byakuya. There was something about timing. Hang on.
The timing was when they found the body. It was like
it this
a
one?
sequence of events.
Makoto wakes the morning announcement. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, but what time did we find the body?
Oh, the one who saw the body first was Toko, right? When she went to go get the pickaxe? Oh no.
It was 9 a.m.
Yeah.
It was 9 a.m.
Thank you.
Because he told her to be back at
The
like
bu-
9:01.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
The body must have been discovered at 9 a.m., since that's when Toko went to get the pickaxe.
Now then.
Oh, good. We just had the flashback to remind us, of course.
Now then. Toko, what time is it?
Well, when we left the gym, it was just before 9 o'clock, so it's probably 9 on the dot now.
Okay. Go get the pickaxe and be back here by 9:01.
He's right. He had to be around then.
So we can totally be sure the murder happened sometime between 10 at night and 9 in the morning.
For me, I was already asleep before nighttime hit, so I don't have an alibi after 10 o'clock. But I'm sure I met up with everyone else before 9 this morning.
We ran into each other in the dining hall, right? That was around... Oh yeah, right around 7:30. I remember checking right before I went in, so I'm totally sure about that.
Which means... Excuse me.
And now the sprinklers.
Which means from 10 p.m. to 7:30 a.m., you don't have an alibi.
The murder happened between 10 p.m. and 9 a.m., and I don't have an alibi from 10 p.m. till 7:30 a.m. Okay then, it looks like the game has begun.
You could say the game is afoot.
If I can't provide an alibi for that period, then I just have to prove the murder didn't happen during the time I don't have an alibi.
And dance.
I wonder if it's got to be the sprinklers, this one.
Stuff.
Yeah, it's gonna have to be.
We'll have a look.
Because the sprinklers don't turn on until 7:30 and the body wasn't
We've
wet.
established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning. Yup, and Makoto doesn't have an alibi for most of that time.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
That's more than enough time to commit murder, I should think. So, Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be the time.
Not if you use a spoon.
What?
If you commit murder with a spoon.
Oh, okay.
Oh, jeez.
So yeah,
The incident took place in the garden, right? If I remember, there's something that happens there every morning at a certain
so
time.
I guess it's the sprinklers on Aoi's statement when she
Can
says
you
7:30.
guess what
7:30,
happened?
yeah.
Sprinklers. So it's after this. It's like a little statement. What?
What?
Nope.
Come on, Makoto, don't scare me like that. Makes me think something weird is going on.
Oh god, no!
What?
Huh?
My smooth brain.
Huh. Okay, so...
Oh wait, no, is it on Byakuya's one?
What, the sprinklers?
Oh, when the murder happened. Right, because we can, I guess, yeah, on the 9 a.m. one.
So, what, sprinklers here? Or...
Yeah.
Yeah.
it has to
You
be.
said 9 a.m.
Oh, yeah, it has to be between 10 o'clock at night and 9 a.m.
God dang it! You god dang it! You said it too late! Okay.
My brain.
We're running out of fresh
Yeah,
time!
because it's got to be that one.
Oh geez, 16, 15, 4, oh god.
Go.
Kaboom.
Yeah, because it
No, you're wrong!
can't have, it shouldn't have been in there because it would have got wet.
Yeah.
Actually, the murder couldn't have happened anywhere near 10 o'clock. It had to have taken place way later.
And what makes you say that?
Because of the sprinklers in the garden. The sprinklers are set to go off right at 7:30 every morning, right? So if the body had been in the garden before 7:30, then it should have been completely soaked.
Such a weird pose. Sorry.
Hold on, I remember this part perfectly. The body was wet, dripping wet, in fact.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
we
'cause
covered it
Makoto
and
put
put the
it out.
fire out, you moron. I suppose, was she...
Sorry, Toko.
Oh, she was out
But
of it,
you're
wasn't she?
wrong.
I guess, yeah.
But that, no, you're wrong.
Was she Genocide Jill at the time? And so it didn't...
She was Genocide Jill, but then I think she went back to being Toko, but she wouldn't look at the body.
Yeah, so she didn't...
Oh no, she was
Right.
she was Genocide Jill, and the explosion happened, and she was like out of
Yeah,
it.
so she
Yeah.
would...
And by the time she
hence
come
the
back
confusion.
round, she was Toko.
Okay, so maybe she wasn't a moron. I apologize. She is still a bit silly, though.
A bit horny. I'm wrong? How? Are you saying hole in the mouth down south was wet?
What the f-
What?
What the frick?
Oh
For
my
God's
God!
sake! I mean, you weren't kidding, Sarah!
Oh my... I can't believe that came out of my mouth and I didn't read that before. And it was like, oh God, I've just said that. Oh my God. The mouth down south.
Yeah, the
Wow.
southern mouth.
That is a wonderful freaking phrase. No.
The old log splitter.
Whoa!
Oh,
Taylor!
no! Taylor!
Oh my
Go!
God!
Taylor, you barred.
Oh my God.
Okay, so now that we've had some time to literally throw up.
Pass me a bucket. How dare you spew such indecent words? Yeah, I was not reading that again.
No, I'm saying that the body was wet, but not because of the sprinklers.
What do you mean? By denying the sprinkler? Are you trying to deny my entire existence? Oh my God, I hate her.
Yes.
I hate her. We wish
Man,
we could.
You're totally wacko.
If you really think it wasn't the sprinkler, you better tell us why!
I need to prove that it wasn't the sprinklers that got the body wet.
Is this the rhythm game?
All I have to do is hit Toko with certain evidence.
Really hard.
Perhaps
Really
literally.
hard.
Yeah, please hit
Enough
us,
to knock her out cold,
like
please.
straight in the face.
And that should do it.
Yeah,
Oh, no,
the
here we
rhythm
go.
game. I did nothing. I hate you.
So we just go to sleep for a couple of minutes.
Yeah, this is the fun part. Missed.
It's because it doesn't go in time with the
No,
music.
it's
It's
weird.
like weirdly off. It's like it's out of sync.
Yeah.
Rotating Toko.
Final strike.
I guess yeah. Body analysis, right? Oh my God, the face! Like. I forgot they have the different truth
Just remember
bullets.
what the
Yeah.
body was like after the explosion, and you'll see why it wasn't the sprinklers.
Crazy bee-hatch.
The top half of the body was wet, yes, but the bottom half was completely dry. If the sprinklers got the body wet, shouldn't the whole body have been wet?
So they only got the top wet? The bottom was completely dry? What a brutal maniac!
Oh my God, is that still a way? Is
I
she
guess,
still?
yeah, I
that
think
still
so.
seems like it might be
I
a
think
euphemism, and it's
so.
just fuck.
I'm so sick of her.
Yeah,
Yeah, me too,
us-
Owie.
us
Me
Yes,
too.
yeah.
I'm so sick of her.
Let's just move on, please. The reason only the top half was wet was because... Sploosh. While the body was still on fire, I doused it with water. But only the part on fire. The top half. As she was not a liar, her pants were at the time not on fire.
Oh, then I guess the sprinklers really didn't do it.
So if the sprinklers didn't get the body wet, then the murder must have taken place sometime after the sprinklers turned on at 7:30 in the morning.
Oh, which means she must have been killed sometime between then and when the body was discovered at 9.
But Makoto's alibi was only missing from 10 o'clock last night to 7:30 this morning, right?
ran out
Uh-oh,
of breath.
Kyoko.
Uh-oh, now Kyoko's in the firing line.
So there's no way Makoto could have done it. I guess you had an alibi after all. Good for you. In which case, the only one left without an alibi is Kyoko.
Kyoko's the only one without an alibi. Which would mean that Mukuro's killer is... No, I refuse to believe it. Kyoko murdered someone? That's... I'd just like to say one thing. If you vote for me and I die here, the mystery of this school will stay hidden forever. Which is why I can't let that happen. Huh?
So, are you saying you're not the culprit?
Of course I'm not. I have no reason to kill anyone. This is a trap the mastermind has laid for us.
A trap?
We're this far into the game and now you decide to blame me? Stop wasting time. Stop wasting energy. You really think your little trick is gonna work?
Shut up, you!
You got it, boss. Shutting up now.
Anyway, Kyoko, you actually did have a reason to kill her.
Huh? She did?
She thought Mukuro was the ultimate despair. In other words, the mastermind behind everything. So she killed her to try and put a stop to all this. Isn't that right, Kyoko? But you made one catastrophic mistake. Mukuro wasn't the mastermind at all. And as a result, we were forced into another trial. Something I'm sure you weren't at all expecting.
So that was her motive?
If she had a motive and no alibi, well then, I think it's pretty clear Kyoko's gotta be the culprit.
I'm not the only one with...
Uh-oh.
What? Huh? I'm not the only one without an alibi. Makoto's explanation is still insufficient.
Huh?
The sprinklers didn't get the body wet, but that doesn't mean the murder happened when he said it did.
What are you?
Yeah.
Because you see, there is a way the body could have avoided getting wet.
The top,
Interesting. I'm listening.
All it would take is covering the body with a certain something to keep it from getting wet. A certain something at the scene was used to cover the body? Could it have been the trap?
The tarp.
You're talking about the tarp, aren't you? You catch on quick. You're right. All you'd have to do is cover the body with the tarp, and that'd take care of the water. In fact, that's exactly what the killer did. The dirt pattern on the tarp can attest to that. Only one side of the tarp got dirty, because that's the side that got covered in water. The side that faced down over the body, meanwhile, kept perfectly clean. This proves that the killer used the tarp to keep the body from getting soaked.
But why would they go to all that effort?
Because it would have
Just-
doused the bomb, presumably.
Just to keep the body from getting wet.
Most likely so they could cloud the issue of when the murder actually took place. In other words, to create an excuse exactly like the one Makoto just gave us.
Uh-oh.
Why would Kyoko say that? Why would she want to make me look like the killer? No, I can't think about that right now. That tarp. If it was used the way Kyoko said, the tarp must have touched the body, right? But the body... Wait, because there's no blood on the bottom?
Yeah.
Something's not right.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, no blood on the bottom of the tarp.
And what might that be, guilty person? I can't worry about Kyoko's motivations. If I don't do something, everyone's gonna think I'm the killer. I have to refute what Kyoko said. Body before the explosion, maybe?
I don't know yet.
By covering the body with a tarp, the killer prevented it from getting wet.
So the reason the tarp was only dirty on one side is because the sprinkler got that side wet.
But the underside of the tarp was totally spotless, right?
It's because that side was protected from the water. Since it was facing down toward the body, of course it didn't get dirty.
There has to be a clue
Is
hidden
it-
in the tarp somewhere.
Was it that side that got wet?
So I think what they're saying is the side that got dirty is actually the side that was wet, and the clean side is the side that was face down for the body.
Yeah.
And in that case, regardless, one side of the tarp isn't covered in blood, and it should be.
It is. Just check the tarp thing anyway. I don't know if it says what side was actually. I mean, I'm guessing that's how it is. How it is. Completely
was
clean and dry.
completely clean and dry.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what we're
sorry.
saying. That's what we're saying. It should be covered in blood, right? That's what's weird about it.
Or at least have some blood on it.
I'm presuming that's the weird thing.
I'm guessing so.
Hang on a second, where is it? Yeah, body before the explosion. There were bloodstains. The body stopped bleeding, but the blood was still wet. So if,
Still
So if
wet.
the blood was still wet when they found it, it would have to have been wet when it was covered in the tarp. Because otherwise, why would... Well, assuming that the blood's theirs or whatnot.
Yeah, but so, if we go on the analogy, the chicken.
Yes, but we don't know that yet. That's not... that's... We're too far ahead. Like the...
You're trying to pick the picture of the banana, Sarah.
I guess.
You're trying to pick the banana, not the picture of the banana.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so by covering...
So it's the body after the explosion.
Killer prevented it from getting wet. Only dirty on one side. It's the last one, right? Protected from the water.
Because that's...
Down towards the body.
Didn't get dirty. Yeah,
Okay,
there we go.
yep.
Boom! I get one right.
Byakusha. Actually, one side being clean is pretty strange if you think about it. Because
There we go.
the blood wasn't dry before the body got blown up, right? Byakuya said it himself. Not to touch it or you might get some on you. If you put a tarp on a body in that state, it absolutely would have gotten blood on it.
Yeah. Well, maybe the culprit washed it, so nobody would know they'd used it. If they had, they would have washed both sides, moron. Just washing the one side wouldn't hide anything. Oh, yeah, true. Hey, I'm not a moron.
More than that, what if the very blood we saw on the body was meant as a kind of camouflage?
Ah, here's the banana.
Yeah. Okay. There we go.
So she what, stabbed the chimkin to pretend she was dead and exploded? Huh? The blood was camouflage? What if, after the killer used the tarp to avoid the sprinklers, they then covered the body in blood that didn't belong to the victim?
You mean someone else's blood? Where would they get something like that?
Oh, I know. They could have grabbed some of the blood packs from the nurse's office. That's what Hifumi did, right? When he pretended to be dead?
No, that's not what happened this time.
Although that actually is quite a good idea, hero, for once in your dumb life.
The killer got the blood from right there in the garden. They got blood from right there in the
chicken.
garden, right?
The chimkin.
Which must mean
The chimkin.
the chimkin. R.I.P. Chimkin.
Yep. F in chat for our lost chimkin.
Could it have been chicken
I
blood?
mean, I wouldn't know. I didn't taste it.
Oh.
It didn't taste like chicken.
Ew. What? Chicken blood?
Who needs it? It's just like us.
When I checked the chicken coop before the murder, there were 5 chickens, Eddie.
And now there's only 4, Eddie.
And now there are only 4 chickens.
But after the murder, there were only 4.
What on earth is that ridiculous accent you're doing, Makoto?
I'm not doing anything, Eddie. I'm not Eddie.
So you're saying someone killed a chicken? And then covered the body with its Blood? Man, that's messed up!
Killing a living thing just to do something like that is awful! They should have at least eaten it. At least protein.
Owie with the real concerns. I wonder if the killer had to get the blood from the scene so they wouldn't be spotted walking around.
Actually, that is a funny thing, just thinking about the chickens for a minute. Like, who feeds them?
That's true.
Who's been feeding them? Has the mastermind been looking after the chickens? The 5 chickens?
Maybe.
Anyway, there's no denying that a chicken went missing, which provides a basis for my theory.
Perhaps. But even so, there's one thing that still doesn't make sense. You said the culprit used the tarp to avoid the water, and then covered the body in blood, right? But if that's the case, then the blood should have soaked into the ground around the body. But that's not what we saw. Only the victim's clothing had blood on it. The ground was completely clean.
I have to agree, that certainly is strange and makes it harder for me to frame Makoto. Maybe they didn't apply the blood at the scene. Maybe they covered the coat in blood beforehand. They covered it beforehand? When you discovered the body, was it wearing the coat like you normally would?
Oh shit, son.
No.
I think so.
Wow.
Wait!
Oh no! It turns out Makoto has been wearing his coat wrong this
I
entire
was just
time.
thinking, yeah.
Wait, no. The head was through the neck hole, but the arms weren't in the sleeves. Then that settles it.
Sorry, I'm having a tough time keeping up. What settles what?
Here's what happened. The murder took place before the sprinklers went off. But the body didn't get wet because the killer covered it with a tarp. Then, later, at the same time the killer was gathering up the tarp, they pulled the coat over the body, the coat they'd already covered in blood. This series of cover-ups was meant to disguise the actual time the murder occurred. They wanted us to think that the murder happened sometime after the sprinklers had gone off at 7:30.
But if that's actually what took place, it certainly becomes possible that the murder happened earlier. But honestly, I think all of this is far too clever for Makoto to come up with.
Yeah, he's right!
But to pull all that off, wouldn't they have had to go back to the garden after the sprinklers turned off?
That actually wouldn't have been all that difficult. Huh? They already had the coat ready, so they just had to grab the tarp and pull the coat over the body. They'd be done in no time.
I know because I timed it myself. Just on the off chance that that's what they happened to do.
Just for research purposes.
Maybe, but still. Hina, after you met up with Makoto in the dining hall, did you two stay together from that point on?
Oh no, I headed off to the gym and Makoto didn't show up till later.
Then he had plenty of time to spare, wouldn't you say? That's not... Don't bother saying it's not possible.
I must admit, Kyoko's reasoning is sound. Makoto's alibi is inadequate.
And the suspicion falls back on me again. But why? Why is Kyoko trying to entrap me? I don't understand.
Okay. Well then, it looks like we're back to square one. Makoto's alibi is no good, so once again our suspects are him and Kyoko. For serious, man? Which one of them did it? Hey! Why don't we let luck decide? Let's flip a coin! 50-50 odds!
Oh boy.
Oh!
See? Pretty good idea, right?
No, not that. I just remembered something super serious.
Well, don't just stand there. Out with it.
You know that knife we found that all black and burnt?
Oh no.
One. The one we found stuck in the body before it exploded, right? According to the Monokuma file, the knife went all the way through from front to back.
Yeesh.
So, what about it? I literally can't think
even.
of any reason why this might be relevant.
I'm pretty sure I'd seen that knife somewhere before. That's what I thought when I first saw it. I just remembered. Listen, more important, now that we have the knife, what are we gonna do with it?
Well, we can't let Toko keep it, that's for sure. We don't know what she might do.
I don't want it anyway.
So, what to do? Why don't you hang on to it, Makoto? Huh? Me?
It's the knife we gave to Makoto?
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit.
You don't seem surprised. You must have noticed earlier.
Yeah.
Then why did you hide that fact?
It's not that I hid it, it's just...
I omitted certain truths.
Oh, here it is again.
Oh, here we go.
I couldn't be sure of what actually happened last night. I thought maybe I really did kill her.
Suspicious? Very suspicious indeed. The knife we found stuck in the body came from Makoto? No, I'm totally convinced he did it. 12,000% convinced!
Considering everything up till now, I should be able to make it clear. I have to prove that I didn't murder anyone. I'm not the killer.
And then he looks at the camera. You believe me, right? Yeah, I have no idea what we're going to need for this one.
The knife we found lodged in a dead body?
It's the same one we gave to Makoto.
It really is, isn't it? I was afraid of that.
If he did have that knife before, then that seals it. Makoto did it.
Just because I had the knife once, that automatically makes me the killer?
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her,
Oh,
right?
it'll be that.
So
Oh.
there's no question. You took that knife of yours and killed her with it.
What a horrible man you are, Makoto.
Yeah, so I guess that'll be the
It'll be-
report, right? The body
Yeah,
report,
'cause,
if they have
I
it.
Yeah.
used that knife to kill Mukuro? No. There's
Because
no
she's
way.
got a head wound and the old injuries.
Fragments did. Oh,
Exploded body?
that's a good question. I don't know. Nope. It's not the fragments. Wait, what were the others? Sorry, disguised dead body, body for the explosion, fragments. When the body was... No, when the body was found is time. I don't think it's
What is the disguised dead body
I was
one?
just about to look. I think that's the one we've just established, isn't it? Yeah, we don't have anything, like, it's not... Because the thing, it's the Monokuma file that says about the metal pipe.
Oh, right.
So, I guess this is going to be one of those where we have to use
Is it
the...
a pick one and...
Yeah, I think so. So, you know, actually the killer... Getting stabbed. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so, knife lodged in the dead body. Gave to Makoto. I don't think it's that one. Do. Oh, wow, so it really is getting stabbed in Makoto.
Oh, shit.
I don't know. What does the hang on, yeah, what is the...
Literally, like, it's bit beyond
The only
recognition.
other thing I can think of is that it's the fragments on
Near the dead body.
the knife is what killed her, right? Because maybe if the bomb or the explosion is what killed her. I don't
Well,
know.
she was already.
Maybe she was unconscious.
What, with the knife all the way through?
I don't think she'd have been unconscious.
It should be noted.
I suppose that's true.
It's hard to imagine these two events are unrelated.
When the body was found. What's on the when the body was found? That's one, isn't it?
No, it's literally just about timing. Use the knife. No, there's no way. It's the same one we gave to Makoto. See, I don't want to can't dispute that. Disguised dead body.
I guess maybe disguise dead body and then try to use that as an explanation for, you know, because if they disguised the rest of it, why not disguise what killed her too?
No, it could be, actually.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Okay.
I mean, I'm just...
No, I think
I think that's kind of the only plausible one I can think of.
only thing that makes sense.
Yeah.
Right. So do. Nope. That one. Well done,
Taylor.
Yep.
Woohoo!
The old stab in the dark.
Ha-ha! Wait, hold on. The stab wound isn't what killed Mukuro. That should be clear from the description of the cover-up we just heard.
Lies! We never talked about what killed her.
No, don't you remember? The killer covered the dead body with a tarp and then put the bloody coat on it, right? In other words, the victim never wore that blood-stained coat until after they were dead.
Okay, fine. So what?
So, when we discovered the body, the knife had been thrust through the coat along with the body. Meaning, if she wasn't stabbed until the coat was put on, and she was already dead at that point, obviously the stab wound isn't what killed her.
I mean,
Okay,
that seems extremely logical, and yet I completely missed that. Maybe you stabbed her twice?
No.
Once to kill her and once to cover it up.
No, because that's not in the Monokuma file. Monokuma file.
The victim was stabbed twice in the same spot? No, there's no way that's possible.
Monokuma file.
If you look at the autopsy report!
I've updated the autopsy report.
The Monokuma file clearly states that there was only one stab wound.
Oh, yeah. It sure did. I totally forgot about that.
Then the knife?
Was just another piece of camouflage set up by the true killer.
Whap, whap.
They probably stabbed her to draw attention away from what actually killed her. Kaboom. Oh, look at Toko being yeeted off into the sunset.
Bye!
Exploding the body afterward was probably meant to do the same thing. The explosion severely damaged the body, making it impossible to know what really killed her. It was all the killer's attempt to destroy all evidence of their crime.
So, they wanted us to notice the stab wound and then detonated the body afterward. They meant for us to latch onto the knife as the cause of death, then destroy any evidence proving otherwise.
Oh, hey, I have a question. What kind of goes... it kind of goes back to the beginning, but... What's the deal with that explosion anyway? Why'd the body just blow up all of a sudden like that?
If you bothered to put that lump of grey matter between your ears to use, you'd know the answer.
Rude. Well, if you're so smart, just tell me.
I'll tell you. I bet some unknown quantum particle caused an atomic level spontaneous combustion.
I might be dumb, but even I'm not dumb enough to admit that.
Believe that.
Oh, believe that.
I'm not
Sorry.
dumb enough to admit that I'm dumb. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Oh. Why was I trying to read?
No idea. Go ahead, self. Go ahead, Makoto. Tell her or we won't make any headway on this.
I just talk to myself so much that I guess I just force of habit.
Bing.
After the explosion, we found a tiny fragment of something on the ground near the body, right? That fragment reveals the cause of the explosion.
Huh? I feel like I've seen something like that somewhere before.
That's only natural, because, of course, we saw the same thing when we dismantled Monokuma. It's part of a bomb.
Freaking camera angle.
Oh! Then the explosion was causing the Monokuma bomb.
Don't you think the angles in anime are a little bit weird? What do you mean?
Anyway, the culprit's motive is becoming more and more obvious by the minute. They wanted the knife. They wanted the knife wound to look like the fatal injury so that we'd suspect Makoto. And the only one who would benefit from that is the only other possible suspect. You, Kyoko.
Oh, I'm just getting warmed up.
So I like the long pause. It amuses me a lot.
Hold on a second, Byakuya.
What's the problem?
Well, I just feel like we need to think this through. We still don't know what actually killed the victim.
That's true. It's definitely bugging me. What really killed her?
Fine. I have no problem with that. Let us continue the debate. It won't change the facts of the case regardless.
We need to determine what ultimately killed the victim. I need to concentrate.
I need to unsmooth my brain.
People.
Get at least one wrinkle in there.
Okay, so it's surely Monokuma File 5
You'd
for
think
this.
so.
Then, shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined,
Yeah, that's gotta
correct?
be
Yeah.
Monokuma
The
File.
explosion didn't kill her for sure, I guess.
Well, yeah, she was already dead when that happened. Totally dead when that happened.
And it wasn't because of the knife, right? Then there's only one other thing.
Oh, yeah, according to the Monokuma File, that's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her head. And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body.
I can only think
Oh,
of
hang
one
on.
thing that could have killed her.
What were the pieces of evidence again?
Monokuma File, exploded body analysis, and body before the explosion. So it might be one of those. Again, it might. Explosion didn't kill her for sure.
Is that where we have to take Hiro's statement and shoot Byakuya's?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I guess so.
Knife. Hit on the back of her head. More than that, countless wounds. No.
No. No. Byakuya's on Heroes.
Wait.
What?
No. Because it was.
Because Byakuya was saying that it hadn't been determined, and Hiro said, yes, it had.
Yeah.
Oh.
Sorry, I only did it because then would have had to go around the whole loop again.
It's okay. I think I was on a different train of thought. Sorry. I was thinking Byakuya's on Heroes because it was like I thought it contradicted Heroes because he just thought it. I was assuming he was like, oh yeah, it's definitely that. But yeah, he would have heard Byakuya say, yeah, I'm being a dumbass, sorry.
So yeah, Byakuya was saying the final cause of death was, and then we used or something like that, and then Heroes was the statement,
I'm being a dumbass.
like that finished the sentence.
Yeah.
Now, I wonder if we could have shot Monokuma File number 5 at Byakuya's statement for the same effect.
I don't think so.
Because we should have been able to.
I don't think.
Anyway,
I think that would have been again another sort of picture of the banana situation.
Yeah.
Mukuro died because of the blow to the back of the head she suffered.
Or if anything, the statement wasn't direct enough, right? If we'd have used the Monokuma File,
suppose that's
whereas
true.
what we just did was much more sort of definitive. Oh, what about the? Oh my God! It was your statement. What about the wounds all over the rest of her body? They didn't have anything to do with it?
The Monokuma makes it clear that those weren't fresh wounds.
Oh, yeah, good point. If they were old, I guess they don't really matter. Okay, then we're safe in assuming the blow to the back of her head is what killed her.
But then, what was the murder weapon?
The Monokuma files say she was hit with a blunt object, about as thick as a metal pipe.
Oh! I bet it was the pickaxe!
Yeah, I'm sure. How is that even possible? If you hit somebody with that, it'd cave their skull in completely.
Youch.
Yeah.
Not a nice image.
No.
Well, maybe they held it the other way and hit her with
Really?
the handle.
Really? No way. The balance would be all off. You wouldn't be able to swing it with any kind of power. I wouldn't mind testing it on you if you want.
I mean, honestly, I'm all for that.
Yeah.
Please. No thanks. I bet you just hit me with the metal end and call it an accident. I mean, that's, yeah, I
you
think we'd all do
love
that.
me.
Damn it, you're so clever, hero, when you want to be.
I'd love to scoop out that nasty brain of yours, throw it on the ground, and spit on it. Oh, God.
All right, Miss Mouth Down South, let's not talk about nasty
no.
brains.
Why did you have to say that?
No!
I feel the same way. Looks like we're on the same page this time.
Seriously?
We want to figure out what killed her, right? It just so happens we already know.
We already know? I knew we could count on you, Master.
Oh, for God's sake, stop talking. So, what was it? Go ahead and tell them, Makoto, since you've deduced the real murder weapon.
Surely.
Surely you've deduced the real murder weapon.
I did? Oh, shit.
Nom, 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 nom.
Yeah, the
titanium arrows.
Yeah.
Boy.
Got it.
Mukuro was hit in the back of the head with something, and that's what killed her. Brilliant. That was why I was asking you what it was. And that something was the titanium arrow we found in the locker in the dojo.
An arrow? That's what the culprit attacked Mukuro with? Indeed. There's no doubt about it.
Are you sure? That sounds, kind of weird.
Well, they did use arrow in single tense, didn't
Yeah.
they? They didn't say arrows plural, which they should have done, idiot.
Hey! How dare you talk back to Master? You have no right.
Because now we're going to have to go through this whole rigmarole of like, oh no, I actually meant multiple arrows taped together, blah, blah, blah.
I'm not back talking anything. I'm just saying what I think.
I don't blame Hina for doubting it, because there's one more thing about that weapon. One more secret.
Oh, here we go again.
Duct tape.
Bloody duct tape. Yeah, get the bloody duct tape.
Bloody duct tape!
Oh no. The titanium arrow. It was in the dojo locker, right? I have no doubt that was the murder weapon.
Are you sure?
You don't sound convinced. What's the problem?
Well, 'cause in the Monokuma file, it says the weapon must have been about as thick as a metal pipe, right? It seems like an arrow would just be too thin.
Talking back to Master. You have no right!
So is the duct tape
Duct
on
tape,
Allie's
yeah.
I still think it's funny because they keep going on about, oh no, a metal pipe, oh that'd be too thin, but they still have been very nondescript about the thickness of said metal pipe. Could be a really thin pipe.
There's more to it than that. Yeah, like there are really thin copper pipes that would be about the diameter of an arrow, but you know.
Bloody duct tape.
Bloody duct tape.
Sorry, which statement did you say you think?
It's too thin.
Too thin. It's the
Yeah.
next one, I think. Yeah.
Bloody duct tape. Kaboom.
Kaboom.
No, you're wrong.
No, you're wrong, even though I like you.
Please don't be angry with me.
You're right. Just the one arrow would have been too weak. That's why the killer used another
I'm not
weapon.
entirely sure I'd call the duct tape another weapon, but
Yeah,
okay.
I'm not sure I've heard of many people getting murdered by a piece of duct tape or a roll of duct tape.
Another weapon?
Inside the dojo locker, we also found a balled-up wad of duct tape. The killer probably
it.
used this duct tape to bind multiple arrows together. Yes, you
Well
did.
done.
Bundling them together using the tape would easily create a single weapon as thick as a nondescript, non-specific pipe. And that's exactly what the killer did.
Son of a...
It's similar to Aesop's fable about the bundle of sticks. One stick is weak, but put them together and they become strong. It's meant to teach cooperation.
Okay. Oh, damn, that's harsh.
How is it harsh? Were you even listening?
Anyway, that explains the murder weapon. Yeah, I usually don't get what Hero's talking about, let's be honest, but yeah, that one really, I don't know what the heck does he mean? Why was it harsh? No?
Unless he was like in relation to hitting them with the arrows. That's
I
harsh,
guess, like,
but
oh,
then
man.
I don't know.
God knows. God knows. As for who the culprit is that stashed the weapon in the dojo locker,
The show.
it was you, Kyoko.
I've never been to the dojo.
Oh no? You absolutely have.
How can you say that with such confidence?
Because I've looked under her bedsheets.
Ew.
Because we have proof, of course. Don't we, Makoto?
I wasn't looking through your panty drawer. I swear.
What's the matter? Surely you don't intend to protect a murderer. You know what will happen if you do, don't you? If you cover for the culprit, there's only one thing that can lead to the death of us all. Remember?
Of course I remember.
Then show us. Show everyone the evidence that proves Kyoko went to the dojo.
Wake me up when you have something
God's
interesting.
sake.
I have evidence?
Is this
I
a
wonder
bird?
What it could be.
Evidence that Kyoko went to the dojo. The key, you dimwit.
Found in Kyoko's room. Yep. Got it.
The one thing that proves Kyoko was in the dojo is right here. The key to the dojo locker. And how does that prove anything? Because I found it in your room. It was in my room.
Don't bother trying to play dumb. That
Play dumb.
that key is just the final piece of the puzzle. Your non-existent alibi, your clear motive, your attempts to frame Makoto for the crime. This all proves that you are the true culprit. You can't explain this away, so just give up.
Hold on a second.
Not this again. You really are dead set on defending her, aren't you?
Simp. No, it's not that I want to defend her, it's just there's one more thing I need to ask her. Kyoko, I want you to tell me something. Pathetic. Last night, you were in my room, weren't you? Why? What were you doing there? That's what I need to know.
Nope, not gonna tell you.
I was just protecting you. Eh? What? She was protecting me? Then does that mean she knew I was being attacked? And she came to my rescue? Could that be when... Which would mean that Kyoko... She killed someone? For me?
That's enough. The time for idle chatter is over. A verdict is close at hand.
Wait. I'm warning you, don't make this mistake. I'm not the killer.
I knew you were stubborn, but this is just getting ridiculous.
Really? But you should know better than anyone I didn't do it. Can you tell me I'm wrong?
I should know.
Now, she's actually forced like a System 32 error. Because by saying that Byakuya should know something, he's like, what? I'm the smartest person in this room. What? Byakuya.exe
She's
is stopped
playing
working.
on his insecurities.
You just see his glasses flash up the blue screen of death. Just stop.
Well, I was just thinking it'd be more like he gets his middle finger and he pushes up the lenses, and the lenses like go completely opaque.
Yeah.
And he's just like,
Yada.
What? Byakuya should know better than anyone? What, because he had her key?
Yeah, she would have been able to get in.
Oh.
Yeah, if she would have been able to get into a room,
to
would
plant
she?
the thing. Yeah, to put the dojo key.
Oh.
Yeah, she can't get in a room, can
right.
she? Because he took a key.
Well, no,
off.
she's got Monokuma's special tool, though, that can open any lock in the
that's
school.
True.
Oh, that's it then.
Oh yeah, she's yeah. Uh-oh.
What does that
I'm
mean?
curious now.
Oh, goodness.
It's getting exciting.
What do you mean getting? Those words you just spoke. What do you mean?
Exactly what I said. I'm not the killer. You should understand that more than anyone here.
Byakuya? What are you hiding?
Master would never hide something from me. Really?
There's proof that you aren't the culprit? Wait, there's proof that you aren't the culprit? Is that what you're saying?
You stated a theory earlier. You said I hid the evidence of my crime in the dojo locker, and then left the locker key in my own room, correct? But could I really have done that? Byakuya should know that Kyoko didn't
So
do
what
it.
have we got?
But why him?
I mean, it is going to be the key. Woodblock key, Byakuya's account. Oh, hang on. What's Byakuya's account? I can't remember. None of
No,
that.
it's not that.
The words you spoke is exactly what I said. When it was found, woodblock key. What?
So I think he's highlighted the statement that there's evidence that you're not the killer, and it needs to be that Kyoko's statement where she's like, I put the thing in my own room.
Yeah,
I think that's
So
what
wait,
it is.
it's
So-
gotta be.
So not that one, but
That's
it's going to be that statement.
No.
No. That's going to be the one that we have to shoot.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay, get rid of it.
That.
And left the lock key in my own room.
But could I really have done that?
I think that's it.
It's,
Yeah.
Because we haven't got
Lock a key
anything
in
else
my
to like
own
that
room.
says about him
Exactly
taking the
what I said.
key.
I'm not the killer. What are you hiding? Do.
Boom.
Well done, Taylor.
Well done.
Yep.
Got you!
Got him!
Got him.
If I'm right, Kyoko wouldn't have been able to get into her room.
Huh? Why not?
Because she had given her room key to Byakuya.
I see. So that's what you meant. And if I had the key to your room...
Then obviously I had no way of getting in. Without my room key, I couldn't have possibly put the locker key in there myself. Am I wrong? You are, because you have the special Monokuma tool, but that'll be like the next step, probably.
But is Kyoko wrong?
Dun.
What? I'm afraid we will have to find out next time, as we have concluded our session for today. Court
God.
is adjourned.
God dang it.
But if you like what we do and our silly shenanigans, why don't you give us a thumbs up? That's a like. Comment, subscribe to the channel, and click that notification bell so you're notified of our video uploads, which are Wednesdays and Saturdays.
Yeah.
But for now, it is goodbye from me.
See you in the next one.
Take care, everybody.